Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time on my channel, my name is Rafiat, Little Tummies Chef. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe to my channel and don't forget to give my videos a thumbs up anytime I upload my video and click the bell button so anytime I post my video, you will be one of the first people that will see my video. So today I want to talk about introducing solid to our kids, introducing solid to little tummy. So what are the things you need to know if your little tummy is ready for solid? The number one thing you need to know is sitting upright. Can your baby sit upright? You ask yourself the question or you put it into practice. Or can your baby sit with or without support? If your baby can sit with or without support, that means the baby is ready for solid. You will see that they can hold themselves, they can sit tightly on high chair without moving back and front. So another thing to note for you to know that your baby is ready for solid, it's you see that the baby show interest in any food they see. If you are with a food, you will see that your baby will show interest in that food you are holding, and they will be very eager to collect any spoon you give to them. I always do this as a practice for my babies. Anytime I want to know if they are ready for solid, I will get a spoon and try to give it to them, try to put it in their mouth, and you see that they will show interest in that spoon and they will open their mouth to the spoon. That's when you know your baby is ready for solid. One of the things that will make you know your baby is ready for solid. Another thing is you see that the baby feels hungrier than before. Let's assume you feed your baby 5 minutes ago and the baby is still crying for food. The cry you hear from the baby is from food. You know that this baby needs another food. Every minute you see that they cry for food, even after breastfeeding them, you know that this baby is ready for solid. So to know more about readiness of solid, you can just go to my blog, or I'll put the link at the description box below, so you can just click on it and read more about knowing about readiness of baby. So another thing we are going to discuss about is weaning warning. What are the weaning warning of starting solid for your kids? Number one is do not start early. You do not start early means don't start before 4 months. There was a time I was reading an article and I read about a woman that said she started solid before 4 months. This is not right. The first food your baby need from 0 months to 4 or 6 months is breast milk. All the nutrients they need is in that breast milk or baby formula. So you don't need to start early for them. Another thing is do not start late. Yeah, you don't need to start late, because if your baby is ready for solid and you are not giving them the food, you are depriving them of some nutrients they need at that age. So you don't need to delay starting solid for them. Nutrients like iron, nutrients like calcium, so nutrients like calcium, they really need it at that age, and iron is very important for them at that age. So you don't need to start late, start early. You don't need to start late and start early. Just know when your baby is ready for the solid. It should be between 4 to 6 months. So then you know you can start solid at that month. Another thing you should take note, another winning warning is do not force your baby. Don't force your baby. Gone are the days when our mothers will force baby to eat food. Even some baby that are not 6 months, they will force them to eat food. No, don't force your baby. Like my terms, you are giving them emotional food trauma. Yeah, you are giving, is my term. I didn't see that from anywhere, it's my term. So you don't need to force your baby. At that stage, you are introducing new things to them. You are introducing new things to their system. So they might reject it at the first time. If they reject the first food you give to them, try to make another food. Give them another food. Give them varieties. At the end of the day, you will know what they like. Another thing is choose convenient time to feed your baby. If a time is not convenient for you and your baby, psychologically, you and the baby will not be happy with feeding. We will not be happy with feeding. Okay, yes, let's put it that way. Let's assume you are doing something in the kitchen and you feel like starting solid for your kid today, or you started before and you want to give your baby another food today, and you are doing something, you are attending to other baby, and psychologically you are not ready, so you will not be able to feed the baby very well. You will not give the baby the full attention the baby needs. And if you are feeding and going, the baby might not really like it. You know how babies, you know what they can do. So another thing is, do not give cow milk. This applies to my Nigerian mothers. I know of some mothers that started cow milk early. Cow milk, it's a no for baby. Cow milk is from 1 year upward. So another thing is, do not combine excuse me, do not combine different kinds of food at first stage. If you are starting solid for your baby, if you are giving your baby new foods, try to give them individually before mixing them together. Don't give them different kind of foods at once. Like I see everywhere, you see people mixing grains together for 6-month-old baby or for 4-month-old baby, mix grains together as first baby's food. No, it's not done that way. You don't. Everybody with what they believe in, and everybody is with what they want for their baby, you understand? But the best thing is not to combine two foods together for your baby. Let's assume you want to make grains for your baby. Stick to one grain and follow the 4-5 days rules before you try another grain for your baby. Let's assume you're starting rice today. Give your baby rice for 4 days before adding maybe nuts or whatsoever to it. There are so many baby foods I see that have rice, nuts, grains, peanuts, cashew nuts, and seeds and whatever. No, you don't do that as first stage baby food. Make sure you try all these things individually before adding them together, so that when baby have allergy to any food, any type of food, you will be able to identify the particular food the baby is allergic to. So another thing is, do not start with grains. Yeah, I know some people will be like, what are you talking about, kiddies plate? We've been eating this grain when we ate this grain as a baby. So, but my dear sisters, we still have some adults that can't digest grains very well, like me. So starting grains with the baby will still good, and or it's not, let me just put it that it's not really the best thing to start with grains for baby. I will be making a video about grains separately, because we have a lot to talk about grains. We have a lot to talk about starting grains for baby. So let's move on. Another thing we are going to talk about in introducing solid to your baby is pay attention to this. So what are the things you should pay attention to when you are introducing solid to your baby? Number one is always wash your hand. Hygiene is very important when you are making your baby's food. Very, very important. So before you start making your baby food, try to wash all the utensils you are going to use, and try to wash your hand. Number two is dispose leftovers. Any leftover you have when you make food for your baby, keep it in the fridge. After 24 hours, try to dispose those leftover. Don't give them, or better still, keep it in the freezer. It can stay more than 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or a month in the freezer. But if you keep it in the fridge, just 24 hours. So another thing is, use fresh food. Always use fresh food for your baby. I didn't say you should not buy store-bought if you want to buy, but my advice is stick to homemade. Homemade baby food is very easy. Very, very easy. If you come along with me, you will see how I make easy baby food easy baby food and older kids food. You will see, very easy. I'm a lazy mom because I don't like staying too much in the kitchen. Though I love cooking, most especially for kids, but I don't like staying too much in the kitchen in the heat. And I have some programs that I have to sit and cross my leg and watch. So I make easy meals. If you go along with me, I'll be making some videos on that too. So another thing is 5 days rules. What is 5 days rules, do you ask? 5 days rules is when you are introducing a new food to your baby, try this particular food for 4 to 5 days before introducing another food to your baby. If you are going to intro so if you are going to introduce, let's say, rice for your baby, try 4 days before adding another thing to the rice. So if you want to add peanuts to your baby's diet, try to start with a pinch in this rice you've tried before for your baby. That is, and you make sure you try this peanut for 4 days so that you know if the baby will have any allergy, if the baby will react to this peanut. So we move on to large amounts of food. I always get this message from some mama friends that my baby don't take much, my baby don't eat much, and I do tell them that you don't need to give them much, you don't need to give them large amounts of food. If you want to start for your baby, just start with a 2 tablespoons of food as first baby food. 2 tablespoons, it's okay. Some babies will eat more than 2 tablespoons, and some baby will not eat up to 2 tablespoons. But if you start with 2 tablespoons, you see that the baby still need more. You can then add to it so that you will not feel guilty that you make a lot of food and your baby did not eat it, and you will not end up forcing them to eat this food. So those are the things you need to pay attention to when you are starting solid for your baby. Once again, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and please give all my videos a thumbs up and click the bell button so anytime I upload a video, you will be one of the first people to see my video. So those are the things you need to pay attention to when you are starting solid for your baby. So let's move on to food to avoid as baby's first food. Number one is cow milk. Yeah, cow milk contains high protein, high amount of protein. The baby's kidney is not, at this stage, is not well developed. So if you introduce cow milk to it, it can cause a lot of distress to baby's kidney. So babies don't need cow milk at this stage. All they need is baby formula and your breast milk. If you are giving breast milk, you might not need too much baby formula, but if you don't give breast milk, you can just depend on baby formula. Do not give cow milk. If you know any of your friends giving your baby cow milk, try to advise them. Cow milk is a no at this stage, because a lot of mothers do this that I see. First food, or giving their baby golden morn and cow milk as first food. This is a no. It's not a baby first food. Milk, all the milk they need for now is from your breast or their formula, their baby formulas. So we move on to sugar. Do your baby really need sugar? No. Any sugar your baby need, or any sugar your kid needs, is in fruits. You can always get all the sugars they want from the fruit. The sugars in the fruit is enough for the body. Is enough for your baby to develop, is enough for your baby to grow. Babies do not need sugar. I always see people say, why are you not giving your baby sugar? Baby needs sugar, kids need sugar, they need sugar to grow. All the sugar my kids need to grow is in their fruits. So do fruits, go for dry fruits. You can go for apricots, you can go for raisins, you can go for dates. Those are natural sugar you can give to your baby. And another thing is salt. This is a big deal also, salt. Babies don't need salt. Any food you give your baby at this stage, you are going to hit it. From the belly to breast milk, all the food they are eating are bland. So you don't need to add salt to their food. Don't introduce salt to them early. They don't need salt. This can affect their kidney, so you don't need to give them salt at this stage. They need to spice up their all you need to spice up their food is the spice and herbs. That's what they need in their food. Another thing is citrus. You don't give your baby citrus at early stage. I always start citrus for my kids at 10 months, or better still 12. It's very good for you to wait before you give them this fruits like pineapple. Pineapple is not a citrus, yeah, but pineapple have acidity. Like pineapple, like for citrus, like lemon, orange, grapefruit. So you hold on this kind of fruits, on this kind of fruits for them. So another thing you should also avoid as a first stage baby food is egg whites. What the nutrients your baby need from egg is in the yolk. So start with egg yolk, not egg white. So another thing you should not use as first baby food is fried food. Our baby don't need fried food at this stage. Think of acidity. Remember, baby have leaky gut naturally, and there are some things we don't need to add to their diet. So another thing is grains. I told you this grains is a big deal, a very, very big deal when it comes to baby. So we are going to do a separate video about grains. So next thing is tomatoes. Tomatoes also have acidity. Yeah, so if you want to start with tomatoes for your baby, try to hold on to 9 to 10 months. My winning ways. So let's move on to suitable things you can add to your baby food. Number one is onion and garlic. For those of us that like spice, for those of us that flavor our food with just spice and herbs, we have to introduce onions and garlic earlier. I like to introduce onions and garlic at 7 months to my baby, so they feel the taste of let me just say of family food, because as they grow up, we are going to be introducing them to the family food, and all these things they are going to taste in there. So I like to introduce it earlier. So another thing is spice and herbs. Spice and herbs is very good because it's going to spice up your baby food. Spice like cinnamon, spice like cardamom, spice like ginger, spice like garlic, onions, and herbs like parsley, herbs like coriander, all those when you add it to your baby food in a very small quantity. And another thing is legumes. You can start legumes at 7 months too, like lentils. Lentils is very easy to digest, so you can add lentils to their system. Peanuts too, you can start by 7 months. So it will be very easy for you to detect if your baby will be allergic to nuts or not. So you can start all the legumes at early stage, beans and all that. You can start it by 7 months. Another thing is dry fruits. Dry fruits like dates, apricots, prawns, fig is very good at that age. It's very good, even very good from 6 months. But I always hold on to 7 months because I always use 6 months as a trial stage for us. So I use my 6th month to try veggies and fruits for my baby. All through our 6 months is veggies and fruits. So when they get to 7 months and I want to start adding other things to their food, I will just be using these veggies and fruits to make the food a complete meal for them. So my dear mamas and papas, these are the things to take note of when you are introducing solid to your baby. This is your very own mama, Rafiat, Kiddies Plate, Edu Little Tommy's Chef. So I run a social media page. I run a social media page named Kiddies Plate. It's Kiddies Plate on Instagram, Kiddies Plate on Facebook, and Kiddies Plate on Twitter. So you can just follow me on these pages. And if you have any question for me, try to drop it at the comment box. But you can also email me. That would be very easy for me to attend to. So you can also email me. I will drop my email box at the description box below. Thank you very much for listening to me. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, give my videos a thumbs up, And until we see in another video for them. Thank you very much. Bye.